Hi students, today we are going to learn about the divergence theorem of Gauss. Okay, so this actually gives the relation between surface and volume integrals. Surface is nothing but double integral, volume means triple integrals. Okay, here the statement, if capital F bar is a vector point function having continuous first order partial derivatives in the region capital V bounded by a closed surface S, then, so this is the important formula from divergence theorem of Gauss we have, that is a triple integral over the volume V del dot capital F bar dV is equal to double integral over the S capital F bar dot n cap ds. Here where n cap is the outward drawn unit normal vector to the surface S. Remember, this n cap is the outward drawn unit normal vector to the surface S. Okay, so the one important point here we have, note, if capital F bar is equal to F1 I cap plus F2 j cap plus F3 k cap, then del dot F bar is equal to div F bar, that is equal to dou F1 by dou x plus dou F2 by dou y plus dou F3 by dou z, where here F1, F2, F3 are functions of x, y, z. Now let us do one problem on this divergence theorem. Okay, so the first one, evaluate double integral over the S y square z square I cap plus z square x square j cap plus z square y square k cap dot n cap ds, where S is the part of the sphere. Okay, where S is the part of the sphere, x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 1 above the xy plane and bounded by this plane. Okay, above the xy plane, the part of the sphere above the xy plane means here that is a hemisphere. Okay, so the bounded by xy plane, the bottom part bounded by xy plane here. Okay, so this is the given problem. If I compare this with f bar dot n bar ds, so here this is the f bar from the given problem, this is f bar. Okay, so now let us come to the solution. Let V be the volume enclosed by the surface S. Okay, V be the volume enclosed by surface S. So now by divergence theorem we have, this is what we have from the divergence theorem. Here this is the above the xy plane of the sphere. Okay, this part, and this is bounded by the bottom one here on xy plane. As you know, the projection of this hemisphere is nothing but the circle. The circle is this. Okay, and now here we need to evaluate this by using the Gauss divergence theorem. Since we have this, now they are asking to evaluate this one. Okay, that is f bar dot n bar ds. From the divergence theorem we already have this one equal to this. So now in this case we are going to use this to evaluate this one. Okay, now for that first, from the given problem we know that capital F bar is equal to y square z square I cap plus z square x square j cap plus z square y square k cap. Now find what is del dot f bar, that is div f bar is equal to f1 by dou x plus dou f2 by dou y plus dou f3 by dou z is equal to 2zy square. Okay, here f1, f2, f3 are here. This is f1 and this is f2 and this is f3. Okay, this is f1, f2, f3. Dou f1 by dou x means 0 because y and z are constant. Dou f2 by dou y, this is also 0. Okay, because there is no y in this. Okay, z and x are constant. Dou f3 by dou z means here z we have derivative of z square is 2zy square. So there I am getting here 0 plus 0 plus 2zy square. So there 2zy square. The triple integral over the volume V 2zy square dV. Okay, since here it is given the sphere equation, so to make it the integration easy, you better change this one into spherical polar coordinates. Then you can easily evaluate this. Okay, for that I am doing here changing to spherical polar coordinates. I am changing the Cartesian coordinates to spherical polar coordinates. For that, what we have to put in place of x, r sin theta cos phi, y is equal to r sin theta sin phi, z is equal to r cos theta, and the dx dy dz, that we replace with r square sin theta dr d theta d phi. Okay, now what about the r theta phi? R is nothing but the radius of the sphere. So it start from the origin, that is 0 to 1, since the radius of the sphere is 1. Theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. Okay, theta is nothing but the angle with the z axis here, since it is a okay, so here from 0 to this angle is pi by 2. Okay, this is the theta. Okay, phi varies from 0 to 2 pi, that is on xy plane. It's a complete circle on xy plane. This is the phi here on xy plane, the total angle. Okay, that is the bottom. The bottom is a circle, so that is the angle we are considering as a phi. Like this, the bottom part, it's a complete circle where we'll consider the angle, that is the phi here. Okay, that is starts from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, now here, therefore 2 into triple integral over the volume z y square dv is equal to 2 into 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi by 2, 0 to 1. Here these are the limits of phi, and these are the limits of theta, and these are limits of r. Now putting here x is equal to r sin theta cos phi, y is equal to r sin theta sin phi, z is equal to r cos theta, and the dx dy dz r square sin theta dr d theta d phi. We are getting like this: r cos theta, r square sin square theta sin square phi, r square sin theta dr d theta d phi. Now r square, r power 5 sin square theta into sin theta sin cube theta cos theta. Here we have sin square phi. First I am doing, since all the limits are constant, we can do first with respect to r, next with respect to theta, and next with respect to phi. Order doesn't matter, since the limits, all the limits are constant. Okay, first I am doing the integration with respect to r. So the r power 5 integration, r power 6 by 6, limit 0 to 1, it's 1 by 6, I am taking that 1 by 6 out, 2 by 6, that is 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi by 2 sin cube into cos theta d theta into sin square phi d phi. Next I am integrating with respect to theta here. So here this is exactly in the form of f of x whole power n into f dash x dx. That means there is a formula we have like this: f of x whole power n into f dash x dx, f of x whole power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. So sin cube theta derivative is cos theta, we have already. So this is f dash x, and this is f of x whole power n. Okay, so that is sin power 4 theta by 4, 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so now taking the upper limit in the sin pi by 2, that is 1 by 4, take that 1 by 4 out here. So that is 1 by 3 here, it becomes 1 by 3, 1 by 12, 0 to 2 pi sin square phi d phi. Sin square phi d phi, 0 to 2 pi sin square phi d phi. So 1 by 12 sin square phi can be written as 1 minus cos 2 phi whole by 2 d phi. Okay, 1 by 12 integral 0 to 2 pi 1 by 2 minus cos 2 phi by 2 d phi. Phi by 2 minus the integral of cos 2 phi is sin 2 phi by 4 from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, now we can take the upper limit here, 2 pi sin 2 pi, that's sin 4 pi here, sin 4 pi. So since sin n pi is 0, sin n pi is equal to 0, so sin 4 pi, that is 0, minus of lower limit 0 minus sin 0. Okay, so the 2 get cancelled here, we'll get the value here pi by 12. Okay, I hope you understand. Thank you.